Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another normal game sent in by you, the fans, and in this instance, a Nord subscriber to Lifesaglitchtv at gmail.com. Mr. Maximus Black.
Yes.
Hit me up with the sound of drinking cider at inopportune moments.
Yes, here we go. Yep.
Perfect. Down here in the bottom left, we've got Jaleb, the red Zerg, and in the top right, we got Retrofit,
bottom right.
the blue. Oh, sorry, bottom right. Retrofit, the blue Zerg. It's a ZVZ.
Yep.
This is okay. I know. This is a new map. Yeah.
It is.
Or no? Or is this the?
Well,
okay, because it looks like
it's new, but we've cast this before.
Yeah. Because it reminds me of the Rorschach ink blot test map from ages ago, where players start on the the bottom left, bottom right, and have that kind of shared no man's no man's land in the middle. Very reminiscent of that, and so it'd be interesting, a mirror matchup and all. So a very symmetrical map and symmetrical style on this Nang. So I don't know what I mean. If this shit, I mean, what league are we talking about, Mr. Black? What are we looking at today?
This is Platinum. This is the Platinum League.
Great.
And it's getting a guaranteed cast because they purchased a NordVPN subscription, took a screenshot of the receipt, and send it to our email at lifesaglitchtv@gmail.com with a replay of their choice. It's a guaranteed cast under 30 minutes. Ain't nobody want to watch 30-plus minute long StarCraft games in 2025.
Nah.
I almost said 4, but
this is Platinum, so these are the bastards kicking my ass in the Maximus Black Says matches.
Oh yeah, just wrecking you. That's okay.
Just
today,
taking me to school.
Today is your placement match, and it's gonna, it's gonna be it's gonna be a victory today. Before we get into some co-op and all that stuff, because you guys unlocked at it, and we got a new sponsor coming next week, so we're gonna give you another week of just NordVPN. Go check them out as always. But we're gonna give you guys another week to chill out and get ready to make the memes become our dreams over here at LAGTV.
That's right. So you're into your cider again. We got you hooked on the cider during the holiday season. We're still on the cider dream. Is there a recipe that you guys have fallen on as the default?
I don't know. I mean, Kayla.
For your cider?
Yeah, I mean, Kayla has. She'd have to tell you because I don't know what it is, but yeah, she's the first batch was pretty good. Second batch was kind of ass. Third batch, perfect. This one's great.
Great.
So she's hit the science now.
She's been mixing it up a bit by the sounds of it. No, rip.
These guys just having a full-blown conversation.
They're just having a great conversation. I don't know how they have the brain power. I'm struggling to do anything without any talking when I'm playing these games. These guys are just giving her the business, having a full-blown conversation like they're at the coffee shop, trying to avoid flirting over an overpriced cup of coffee. But for now, we've got, what do we got going down here?
Oh, he's flirting with some Banelings here in a second. Yeah, he's going.
And the other side is just pure lings.
Yeah. Over here, he has got nothing but lings and an Evo chamber. On the other side, we've got the same, but with a Banelings nest about to pop. So, and we got the Evos coming here. He's putting a couple spines, going to completely wall off. Probably start mining from here and put a third down. We do have a bunch of lings, though, coming up to the base. And there ain't really nothing here outside of a queen. We are going to have these spine crawlers finish up, but there's no energy left in this queen to even do a transfuse. So this is going to go down quick. And this could be trouble. Okay, he's focusing down on the spine. I would have preferred him to just run into the main and go after all the drones. He is going to get kills here, but I feel like he could have done infinitely more damage. He's got speed for his lings. There is not speed there for Jaleb. And if he would have just came inside this base, he would have forced the two queens to come out of position. He could have picked off the queens and the zerglings and probably picked a few more drones and kind of stayed alive there. So not a fan of attacking that second spine crawler, but he did get in, did do some damage, and it might be enough damage for him to feel like he's going to go all in now and try and end the game. But unfortunately for him, Banelings Nest is It is done, and the Banes are going to be coming out. And against this unit composition, well, Banes are going to win.
That's not even a unit composition. That's just a unit.
It's unit. Thank you.
So it's not.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's what he was going for, though. Is that I think he committed to that spawn with the understanding that it would allow him to get back into the base easier on round 2. But unfortunately, it is not. Another spawn going down here, just in the nick of time to clog up that lane, and he's going to be left with the same decision, and he's going to make not the same choice. This time going in and going to go up into the base. There we go. But he's got a spine crawler back here now as well. Or he did. Oh, is that the one he brought down? Did he build that back up here and then walk it all the way?
He did. He built it back here for this mineral line and then realized he needed to bring it down and did just that.
Well, I mean, he sees the Baneling nest. He sees the Banelings. He knows that he can't just continue to go for this kind of infinite ling push. But I agree. I mean, I think if he had, in the beginning, he had, gotten in and just went in with that mass, he would have done a lot more damage than he did. And now he's kind of on the back foot, for sure, I would say. He's down behind in tech. And Jaleb now moving into a Spire, while Retrofit is going into a Roach Warren.
Yeah, and a Banelings nest. So he's going to be staying ground. He's not even going to be able to attack air. He's got no Spore Crawlers back here. He did go in and see a lair, but he didn't see any Spine Crawler tech. And it doesn't seem like he's all that interested in using Overlords or getting a Changeling or something to go in there and see why he's getting a lair. So instead, he's just getting a Banelings nest, and he's getting an Infestation Pit now. I don't know what this guy's planning on doing. I think what's going to happen is he's going to try and put a Nidus into this base, and he's just going to throw everything in the kitchen sink at it. But by that time, with the roaches, the Ling, Baneling, Mutas are going to be out. And there's a decent amount of Queens already in play as well, so I don't see that working.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be real rough. Now, we are down here in Platinum, and so it's always a possibility that it sneaks in and it allows him to do even more work with it than he would otherwise, but definitely not a great look right now for Retrofit. He needs to retrofit what he currently has with more air, I think, before he is going to be able to accomplish anything. Jaleb now with the Spire up is getting into his production as well. We're seeing the first of the Muta on the way as he is upgrading as well, +1. Man, I mean, in a world of mirror matchups, the only thing that I'm noting right now is that depending on how long this goes and how well Retro manages to find a way through this first attack, if anything, is that he is macroing far harder.
Oh, way harder.
And so, if he weathers this storm somehow, then there is always the chance that he ends up with the upper hand just for that fact alone.
Yeah, I mean, it is effectively just been a 2-base. He is getting a macro hatch now, but it's been 3-base here for Retrofit for a long time and a 4th on the way. I'm not sure he's going to be able to do a whole lot with the 4th. This 4th base, pardon me, might end up just being one of these bases that your opponent doesn't even know about, and then as you're getting absolutely reamed by Mutas, you're building a bunch of spores and getting ready to basically pull a bunch of drones that come over here and almost just kind of rebuilding, which may be able to keep you into the game and ultimately have you win it. These Mutas flying past all of the Overlords, not killing any of them. And he's just going, he's going right for the mineral lines. And you know what? That's a smart thing to do if you know they don't have spores, because if you start attacking Overlords, by the time you get to the base, the spores are going to be done, and you're effectively not going to be able to do much with your Mutas. Up here, it's open season here, and he's just going to start wrecking all these drones.
Yeah, that's pretty rough. He's not even attempting to move the drones at all. He does get a couple of stray auto-pinged Muta there with the massive Queens. I don't know, but he's losing a lot of Muta here that he didn't have to lose, and Retrofit not having even moved a single drone off that line, just dedicated to maybe deciding, hey, maybe we'll keep them here longer if we don't move them and catch more of them. That's a stray Queen, though. That's going to be a free pickup there for those Mutalisk. He's going to be able to do some more work as Hydra, unfortunately, were rallied up the ramp and not able to do enough damage there that they could have otherwise. That's highly unfortunate, but with that kind of Muta, or with that kind of Hydra and that many Queens, Jaleb is really going to be a little bit, restricted with how
He's
much
screwed.
he can do beyond harassment.
Yeah,
he's going to do his own tech switch himself now.
Yeah, I really feel like he's going to lose this game. He's been sitting on 2 base too long, and he really needed those Mutalisks to do a lot of damage in order to put him back into this game. Unfortunately for him, he did nothing. I mean, yeah, he killed like 6 drones here. I have no idea how this mineral line's still here. I mean, then he started attacking a Hydralisk den like twice and focusing. Like, this should have just been gone. And even with this gone, I'm not sure that changes the outcome here because he's on so many bases. And this one's, borderline mined out anyway. So now we've got 4 base Zerg to a 3 base Zerg. And this isn't even saturated at all.
No.
It's trouble. It's trouble. He's in trouble.
Yeah. They just had a little bit of a fight down there at that third, which may be why there's not nearly as much going on there as there could have possibly been at this point. But otherwise, just as we were discussing this, if Retro survives that first attack with the Muta, then he's really far ahead, and he's continuing to get further ahead with these bases. He's now adding another one there, adding up to what it would, for all intents and purposes, be a 5th base down here at this next forward one before he's even put anything on that 4th. Now, I don't know if that's a good or bad move, but at the end of the day, in a mirror matchup with Zerg, having hatcheries, whether they're being mined from or not, is never necessarily a detriment. And so as long as he's continuing his production, he'll be okay. But I am noticing that, speaking of, he's only just getting into his next big production push of Hydra and what looks to be an infestor, but luckily for him, Jaleb is not any closer to moving out, and so that's not going to be punished in any way.
Yeah, I mean, Jaleb had a small window there to basically attack. Like, once he brought those few units over here and they got eaten up by these, he really just needed to go with his army and start attacking. And the longer that he waits now, it's going to be a snowball. Retro, in theory, is winning this game, but he's doing a piss-poor job at actually building units. He's doing that thing where your macro's bad, so you start spending all of the minerals and gas on everything that's not units. I mean, he's got like 15 upgrades going. He's got infestors happening. I mean, he's got like burrow speed, burrow upgrades. But where are the units? He's 132 supply to the 101, and now he's about to be fighting this army, and yeah, it's a scary army, and he's going to lose pretty much all these Hydras. He's not going to lose the game here. I mean, this is... like, he should have just done that there sooner. Like, he's going to survive this, but... Dude, at this point, he should be maxed. He actually Retro should just be maxed. The only good thing that he's done is build a bunch of hatcheries, although he's not even mining, but at least to be able to build more units quickly out of
he's got the larva.
Those hatcheries. But on the other side, his opponent's got the same, and he's actually building units. Lots of them. So if Retrofit doesn't start using all of this macro that he's been doing, he's going to start losing this game.
Yeah, they kind of have inverse problems,
attack.
right? You've got yes, a terrible idea, but it's a bit of a panic, I think. They have inverse problems here, right? They've got Retro is over macroed and Jaleb is under macroed, but it's because of how Retro has played this out, it's kind of given Jaleb the ability to be able to get much more out of his under macroed position than he probably should have.
Yeah.
And allowing him to do stuff like that. I mean, really, it's just been a series of kind of unfortunate decisions here for Retro, getting him put into situations he probably should never be in. I mean, he just shouldn't have attacked there, and he should have just built more units. Yeah, wow, holy cow.
Yeah, and he just GG's out. I mean, it was just anyway. It is what it is, man. I've already said it. He probably spent like 1,500 minerals just in random upgrades and shit that he never used. Why would you get infestors? Like
the infestors were I don't know if it's because he was thinking, he's up against Muta, Ling Bling kind of a situation, and maybe he thought that he just wanted to be able to try to carpet bomb, but really in that situation, answer to that is Banelings of yourself. Well,
Yeah, I mean,
but infestors, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
yeah, I get it. But I mean,
know,
if you're in platinum and you can barely spend your minerals, what makes you think you're going to have the mechanical, prowess to, like to spit? I don't know. Anyway, it is what it is. You know what though? It was like a good platinum game. It was back and forth.
I actually think that's I think for a mirror matchup platinum game, I think it was actually fine. I think it was just what was interesting for me in that match was like I was saying towards the end, they at the platinum level, you were witnessing two different versions of what's probably got them in platinum right now, right? You've got Retrofit who is hung up on this, the mantra of expand, upgrade, that whole macro side of the game, and then because of that, his unit production and whatnot and micro side fell off, and then the other side it was the opposite, right? It was Jaleb who was like, micro units, and just kept himself, despite being in a ZVZ matchup, to 3 hatch, which is like fucking wild. But because of how that plays out in a mirror matchup, Jaleb ends up getting the upper hand the longer that went on. And so it was just really, it was an interesting thing to see both ends of the platinum spectrum, right? The over macro and the under macro.
It's true.
To see that to play out. Yeah.
It's true. Guys, just keep building units. Upgrades are great when you're doing
more units
them with,
are better.
Yeah, they are. I would much rather have a bunch more units than very little army, but they're upgraded. Because ultimately you're gonna, especially at these levels, like upgrades should be done as timings. Like you should be like getting upgrades at certain times to attack at certain times, and then all the other abilities and things like that, they're done strategically based off of sort of either what you see or where you're going after the initial attack. To just be floating 2,000 plus minerals and gas and then just upgrade everything that you can see, but yet you're not building all of the units in mass that you need to actually use those upgrades, it's pointless. You're better off literally just buying lings if you wanted to. Roaches. Like just Roach and Hydra there, you could have doubled or tripled the amount of Roach or Hydra you had, and then just held off that first initial big Baneling Ling push. But he didn't. Shoutouts to our Red Zerg. He was focused. His macro wasn't as good, but his execution was infinitely better. So shoutouts. And in case you sent to this replay, thank you for grabbing NordVPN and supporting the channel. So
hell yeah, brother.
That's what's up. And it's a better game than last week's. So we got that going for us. We're off to a good start.
Good.
All right.
Good answer.
Good answer.
Good answer.